Katie Nolan's agreed to come into studio and join us.
Yay. Thanks for having me.
How are you, Katie?
I'm good.
Yeah?
It's a beautiful studio Dan has here.
You for 5 days.
Yeah.
I don't even get my name. Like, in a big sign on the massive screen out there says Dan Patrick
It says
Show
Dan
right there.
Patrick literally everywhere.
It's-
and it's like everything has his name on it. Is he afraid someone's going to come take it?
There's nothing, yeah. It's just to reinforce that this is Dan Patrick's show, and regardless of how long I'm in this chair,
Don't get it twisted.
it's not my show.
Yeah.
Katie's show, Garbage Time, 9:30 Sundays on Fox Sports 1. You know, your show is like the ultimate DVR show because I DVR it. No, I DVR it every week.
Thank you.
Question mark. I watch it every single week, but they killed you with the time slot.
Yes, they did.
You go from Walking Dead straight into Game of Thrones.
And there's Mad Men in there somewhere too, right?
Yeah,
Or is that at 10?
I gave up on Mad Men.
I'm starting to.
Yeah.
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 It's a little slow this season. Also, my show is on, so I can't really watch.
Yes, I have to watch,
Whoops.
what I do out there.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, wait a minute. Do we have okay, and just before we continue here, Aaron Hernandez, the verdict back
Guilty.
on Hernandez, guilty.
Oh, man.
Is that a surprise to you?
No, I just thought you were about to break the news, and I just went guilty. And I didn't know if it ruined your moment. So that's
Yes,
what-
I'm actually breaking the news from this
Ooh,
chair. I have
yeah.
a direct feed
I knew it.
into the studio. Oh, I can never get a read on the only trial I ever covered was Isaiah Thomas's, was it the sexual misconduct trial he had in New York? And even then I thought he was going to get off in that whole thing. But
So you just don't have it.
I have no feel for any
I
of it.
feel like when they deliberate for as long as they did,
Yeah.
usually that means he's going to get off, but that did not happen.
Yeah, I agree. It's got to be what? It's got to be unanimous. Is that how these
I don't know
court
how
stuff
juries work.
Have you been on jury duty?
No.
Never been picked for a jury?
And I don't want to say that because then I'm going to get summoned.
Oh, you've never been summoned?
Never.
And how
Isn't
long
that
have-
weird?
Yeah.
I know. I think it's because I keep moving a lot and I don't re-register to vote. So maybe they're sending it to my parents.
And you don't do your taxes, so
Yeah. What are those?
I don't know.
Those are optional.
Yeah, optional.
Right.
Don't pay your taxes.
Is it tax day today?
Is today April 5th? Yeah, today is tax day.
That's great. I
Yes.
filed an extension. I do that every year. Oops, forgot extension.
Yeah. Oh God, taxes. I do them 2 weeks ahead and beforehand, but that's not fun.
No, my dad's an accountant, and I still can't manage.
Your dad doesn't do your taxes for you?
No, he does, but
Oh.
now they're complicated.
It's good tax talk going
Yeah.
on here. On
This is
the
good.
Dan
That's what
Patrick
this
Show.
is, the Dan
Keep
Patrick
up the good work, guys.
tax show.
I did jury duty once, and they'll never put me in a jury because my father was a cop. And
Ooh.
so they do the voir dire, and they ask you, do you have any reason to you wouldn't be able to be impartial in this jury? And I just say, I believe everything cops say.
Oh,
Everything. And all of a sudden you see the defense attorney going, nope, we're going crossing my name off that list right there.
is it that easy to just not want to do it and say, hey, I'm prejudiced against white people?
Yeah.
And then they just cross
Well,
you off?
I think then they might throw you in jail. That would
Oh.
be a downside.
That
but
would be bad.
yeah. But if you have there are certain things you can say to make defense attorneys run away from
Yeah.
you. And saying that you're related to a cop, you date a cop, you're married to a cop, whatever, that tends to make them a little bit nervous.
I should date a cop.
Katie
I've
Nolan,
never said that sentence before.
Fox Sports 1, Garbage Time, 9:30 Sundays on Fox Sports 1. Have you followed Tom Brady's offseason?
Yeah, he's doing a lot.
Yeah.
He should do less. He's jumping off cliffs.
Yeah. He seems
And-
to be having the most fun offseason, though,
Yeah.
anyone could possibly have.
But also acting as if that doesn't make us Patriots fans very horrified. It's oh, Tom Brady jumps off cliff, breaks both legs.
Yeah.
I can't have that.
But it seems like he's just part of a fantasy camp. He's doing that, but I saw him taking batting practice with Pedro Martinez yesterday.
Did you see
It's-
his first pitch?
Yeah, not good.
Uh,
No, he doesn't have it anymore.
mm-mm.
No. But Pedro, I mean, it's like Tom Brady decides, what's the coolest thing I possibly could do? He could go for the Bruins and say, I want to shoot on Tuukka Rask. I want to do that.
It's not fair.
And he decides to do it.
Didn't he play basketball with who is
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How do you?
I just want to come across Michael Jordan.
When you're Tom Brady,
Seems pretty
you
cool.
just can do whatever you want. I want his life.
Yeah. Are you still a sports fan?
Yeah, I was just saying this the other day. It's tough. It sounds
Yeah.
weird to say, but when you are working on a show so much, it's tough to actually, because when your work, you want to take time off and do something other than work. So sports have sort of become work. I'm still obviously a sports fan, but there are times where I'm just I'm gonna put on Chopped, a 6-hour marathon of Chopped, and just turn my brain off because I can't think about sports anymore.
You can do a 6-hour marathon of Chopped?
Yes.
Wow.
They do that. And like by the third hour, they're repeating the first episode they played, and I don't notice.
And you're still watching.
Still watching.
Just rolling through.
Because I'm just taking a nap with my eyes open.
See, I've lost some of my sports fandom. I mean, I worked for the Celtics back in the day. I was like invested in them.
Yeah, you were a ball boy?
I was a ball boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my finer moments. I get that a lot on Twitter. Hey, ball boy. Especially when I'm filling in for this show. There are many, Guzzy, you know this, many fans of Dan's show. They're like, oh, God, the ball boy. The ball boy's back.
I think it's a great story.
Yeah. Yeah, but even now, I've become a fair weather fan. Like BC was in the Frozen Four, the hockey tournament. And so I, strapped on my BC sweatshirt, went to a bar to watch that game, but I wouldn't know any BC player if they were standing right in front of me.
Well, that's most sports fans.
You think?
I mean, they'll be angry at me for saying that, but the majority of people just enjoy watching sports, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten into this part of the world now where with Twitter, everybody expects you to know everything about every sport. It's like you can be a sports fan that just likes to watch sports.
Yeah.
That's okay. So don't feel bad.
But isn't more for if you're a local, and especially in Boston, you know this, Boston sports fans live and die by their teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is more jersey wearing amongst adults in Boston than maybe
You're not
any
a fan?
other.
You're not a fan
I
of
think
that?
there's an age limit for that.
All right. Where's the cutoff?
21?
Is the cutoff for wearing a jersey?
Yes.
Oh.
Have you surpassed that by a lot?
I don't know. I don't own a jersey, but that's just because they're expensive.
Maybe it's just a guy thing. It's mostly, I find issue with wearing another man's name on your back.
Okay. That's very particular. But all right.
I'm very specific.
Yeah, you got to take a stance on something.
Yeah,
You chose jerseys.
I choose this
and
one.
that's good for you.
But you think jersey wearing is acceptable for
I don't
all?
think you should go to your job wearing a jersey.
Right.
And yeah, you sort of do look a little bit, I would say douchey, but I don't know if I could say that.
I don't know if we can say that on the air.
I don't
but
know
we'll
what
go.
the other substitution for that word is. But yeah, I don't know. I just live and let live, man. Wear your jersey. Do you. You spent $100-something on that, so wear it.
But it goes back to the idea of being like Boston fans are so locked in on their teams. Like you're even every sport. It's the most diehard professional town that I've ever been in. So if you go in there unprepared for stuff, if you're a casual fan, they don't take well to casual fans.
Yeah, no. That's the thing I noticed the most at TD Garden because my parents have Bruins season tickets and I haven't really been able to go, obviously, because now I live in New York.
Yeah.
But every time I'm there, like the year after we won the cup, the year after the Bruins won the cup.
That's
I'm
saying. You're a fan.
I'm sorry. The year after the Bruins won the cup, there were a lot of casual fans, and Bruins fans weren't like welcome. It was like get out.
Yeah.
Get out now. Like pink jerseys, you don't see a lot of that in Boston.
It's like
we don't like it.
It's like they know who the casual fan is when you walk into the bar.
Yeah.
Like if you walk in, they can just sort of smell you and figure out what you are.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bruins fans are probably the worst because they're probably fourth on the depth chart in Boston. Boston's a baseball town.
Yeah.
You disagree?
No, I agree. I'm just not happy about it. I would say that Bruins fans are probably, I'd say they're third. Well, it's tough because all of our teams are so good. Is everybody watching this really enjoying this Boston chat?
Elitist Boston people and their sports teams.
Let's move on.
It is. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I do want to ask Katie about her show because you're like the Game of Thrones of television in the sense that anyone can get it. Anyone can get it on your show. I was watching last week. The Masters got it. Before then, Roger Goodell, even my boy, S.I. Peter King, has gotten it on
Oops.
on your show.
Fox got it.
Fox, even your own columnist. Clay Travis got it before. We'll talk to Katie about that when we come back.